like we created a component and we were just trying to display the queries. And actually, we're working with the binding operators and like Aura methods, right? Isn't it? So today we'll see a little more enhancements, doing a server call and getting the server details based on the queries. Okay. Contact list display, contact list control. This is card and account details. Account details lightning controller. Account card. And what is the next component that we created? S object details. VA S object details. Control P. So till we are here like 2020 batch 2020. So on click of this ad, we are trying to add a queries here, right? Account, number of records, name equal to test, and I can add a query. So I got my query. On top of this, on just below to this, I need to say that get details. I need to say a button called get details. Let's say because this is a card, we have like a footer. Where is card ending? Yes. Aura set attribute footer lightning colon button label. You can see my screen, right? Get details. Yep. So now this is my get details is my label, and for this we need to have a action call. Say get details colon function. So whenever you define any function within the controller, I recommend you to use all three component event helper. It really doesn't matter like whether you want it. And we also have a concept called console.log. There is a concept called console.log. Here I can say get details method started. Deploy. Refresh. I can say add. You can say get details to display to see the inspect. I mean to just to see that whether your methods are running. You need to right click on your browser and then inspect and then go to console. On click of this, you have to get this information. We didn't get it. So what happened? Because we never called our on click event with a formula expression on your namespace c dot and your get details, your action name. So here you go. This is how the action. Okay. So now refresh because console alerts is a different. Yesterday we were seeing alerts, right? So console is a different thing. So if I click get logs now, you can see get details method started. You can see get details methods. Even if I click, it just updates in the same. If there is the same context. right? So it means that my button is working. So what is the flow that we discussed? If we want to do any server call, component, controller, helper, server, server to helper, helper to component, isn't it? This is the communication we discussed, right? Yeah. So for that, I wanted to create my helper method. I wanted to create my helper method. I can say get detail HLP component, comma event, comma helper. It is not really important that always I need to use component. I can put CMP or I can put CE or H, EVE or HLP. So it's my wish. It is not something like names should be very constant, like you need to follow. You can say component, event, or help. However you want, you can pass it. No issues in that. Okay, clear? Yeah. Now if you want to call my HLP method, if I want to call my HLP method, I'll say that I wanted to call my helper, so I'm keeping helper dot HLP. And then because I'm accepting three parameters here, component, event, HLP. So what I'm doing here, I have three parameters in the reference of component, event, HLP. So it means I binded my data to my helper now. So let me put another console.log helper method started. So this is my helper method. And what we need to do now, let's say I'll close these things now, account display, which we don't need for now. Base, object, details, yes, these are the three things. So, and then what we need to have, we need to create our server controller. So for that, sfdx colon create Apex class. Apex class in the sense BA is object service class. Is object service class. Now the interesting factor is that if you want to use anything for a Lightning component, you need to annotate with Aura enabled. You need to annotate with Aura enabled, and method should be in the public, and it should be static, and it should return a value list of subject. List of subject get object details. Here you need to pass your queries. List of string, list of queries. Okay, and I can say return null for now. And because I hope that everyone knows how to write Apex classes, so we have a concept called database.query, right? We have a concept called database.query. I'll be leveraging this functionality to get my list of objects. So I'll be defining my list of subject results equal to new list of subject. I'm iterating my for subjects data colon queries. So now we need to say results dot add all of database dot query, and I will be passing my here instead of this one I'll say query. That would be nice because each line I have a multiple queries. I'm adding those. So let me put try. Might be a problem. User might enter a wrong query, so that is how I'm keeping catch exception E. So now I'll be resulting, yep, this is my query. So I'll be getting my list of S objects if I pass my list of queries. So S object is a generic data type which will accept every data types, each and every data type. Method does not exist. Oh, it should be string. Perfect. Perfect. It got deployed. Now how to do a server call? Now how to do a server call? Server call, yes, we can do. All you need to have three parameters you need to do here in a server call. The first one, you need to get action name from the Apex class. Define your set parameters, nothing but method parameters with same naming conventions. Because it is a case sensitive, you need to follow the same naming conventions and then do a callback to get server response, nothing but Apex class response. And fourth step is enqueue your action to enqueue your action. So these are the four steps involved to do any server call. These are the four steps involved to do any server call. But don't worry, it's a syntax which is very constant and provided in the document. So you can do a callbacks very easily. So I have a snapshot ready for me. So it's a standard server call where action and then here is my code. Don't worry, I'll explain now. Okay. This is provided by Salesforce again. I didn't done anything new here. It was like a okay. Now as said, get action name. This is action name component dot get cmp dot get. Now let's say before and all you need to implement your controller. Controller. What is your controller name? S object service, isn't it? So this is my controller name. I saved it. And then I need to get component dot get server. What is my method name? Get S object. So this is my method name. Action. And then set parameters. I mentioned like set params. What is the set params you have here? Same naming conventions in the sense queries. And from where you are getting your queries, you are getting queries in the form of query list, right? So I'm using that query list. I'm using that query list. So my parameters, get action name done, parameters done, and then callback. And then callback. From here to here is a callback. How this is working? Let's say this is how it was written. Function you need to define. In the place of function, we written a function, entire script. Function of response, open bracket, close bracket. From here to here is a one function. Inside function only, you will get a callback. Either if it is your request is success or it get failed, you will get a details like if the state is server, you will get a state value. Let's say let response data equal to. As soon as server returns a response, you'll get a response in the format of response.getReturnValue. And if any incomplete errors, let's say I'll alert request is incomplete. So you need to handle, if anything goes bad, you need to handle the remedy. I mean, whatever you want to do. Now let me put a console.log server response replace JSON dot stringify, because whatever data you are getting, it's a object data type. So now I'm stringifying it to JSON so that we can see in the output JSON dot stringify. You can convert any data type to a JSON dot stringify. Deploy. Any server call involve four steps. First one, Apex class method you need to get. Define your set parameters, that's what I'm defining, and then you need to do a callback till here. It's a standard code, you don't change anything here. You will be changing only this place and this place. Rest all is same. The queries anyway you have to man, and enqueue action is the enqueue action I mentioned, right? This is the enqueue action. This is very important. If you don't keep this one, your server call will not get complete. So I'm refreshing my scenario now. I'll say account block account, number of records is 10, and query filter I don't had, and I'll say name comma phone comma, yeah, only two queries, so I just added. So select id comma name from account limit 10. If I put a get details, if I keep get details, you can see get method called helpful and server response also you got it. How many records you got it here? You got it 10 records, or how many records you might have, that many records. So let's say JSON beautifier, control A, control V, beautify, load URL, no, sorry, something is not good in this, some error, ID. Anyway, here we have one ID, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 records. So what's the limit that I pass? 10. If I pass 1, what happens? Delete, get details, remove. So limit is 1. So you got one record, isn't it? Let's say I might also add contact and name comma phone. I'll say first name comma last name. First name comma last name. Add. So now how many fields you got it? You have two queries, right? If I put how many records you should get? You got account records. You also got your contact records, right? You got your account records and you also got your contact records.